Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my playthrough of Maplestory. Here I am, your host, Ed XRXNatXChalk, and I'm about to play this game, which is 2D, side-scrolling, and well, yeah, basically all you do is take a class, have fun with it, play with it, and whatnot. Pretty much, what else? I already have characters in this game, but I'm gonna do a whole new server that I probably didn't do about, and let's see how it goes. So I'm gonna make one. Let's say I'm gonna look if I have characters in here. Yep, I'll look maybe in Belocan. And okay, so this is the classes you can take. You can be an explorer, which is the basic of the classes. In the explorer class or job, well, you can either be a warrior, a magician, a pirate, a thief, or an archer. In the second jobs or classes, I'm not quite sure, there's dual blade, which is a thief, and he essentially uses, like the name says, dual blades, which is two blades. There's the cannoneer. He's a pirate also. He kind of registers in the explorer category, but you don't have the choice to pick. You have to stay with the cannons, and you like, well, yeah, basically all you do is shoot stuff with your cannons, and it's very powerful and strategic. Next we have Jet. Basically it's a pirate. Well, a space pirate, but there's really not many difference about it. Also, if you hadn't noticed, if you look at this board, you can see the name of the class and the stats about it. And it usually says the attack, defense, mobility, and difficulty, but usually that doesn't really matter because every character plays pretty much the same anyway. Oh, and now there's Cygnus Knights. Those are like exactly like explorers, but the only difference is that you can't choose another. Well, you can't use diversity like the explorers. What I mean is, when you choose the explorer job, if you pick a warrior, you can at a certain level you can pick. If you want to be a spearman, which uses spears and polearms, a fighter, which uses swords and blunt weapons or axes, or you can be a page, which uses blunt weapons and hammers and etc. and so on also. But with Cygnus Knights, if you pick warrior, you can only use the swords, which is one-handed, and yeah. And like the explorers, there's thief, there's warrior, thief, mage, and archer. There should be the mage class, but right now the revamp, I don't think it's gonna come soon, so maybe later. And now there's Nihil. It enters in the Cygnus category, but this time it's only warrior. Basically one of the chieftains of the Cygnus Knights. Well, you're gonna know when you play the Cygnus Knight class. Now there's Resistance. Like said before, it's exactly like the Cygnus Knights and Explorers, but this time there's only 3 classes, and you can take a Battle Mage, a Wild Hunter, which uses a Jaguar to ride on it, but you use crossbows to attack, or a Mechanic, in which case you use a robot to attack. Then we have the demons, which is Demon Avenger and Demon Slayer. And those two are pretty unique in their own way. I won't talk about much, but let's just say they use different kind of attacks. Like one of you uses HP to attack, and the other uses some kind of fury. You can guess why when you play the story. Now there's Xenon. This is basically some kind of hybrid, because you can be pirate and a thief at the same time. Well, you can wear their clothes but not use their skills, because you have you're kind of a cyborg, is what I'm saying. And there's Mercedes, which is the L class, and you use like the dual blades. You can use double crossbows, and it's a really fun class at first, but it gets a little boring. But I don't know, that's just me. Maybe you can have some fun with it. Then there's Phantom. This class is it's a little fun because you have an ability which helps you steal the other classes' abilities. But you can only steal the abilities from the classes coming from explorers and the cannoneers and warblades, if I'm correct. So basically, yeah, like when I say steal, this is a thief, obviously. Then there's the Iron, which is warriors. They only specialize in polearms, and they can use animals from time to time to attack. Also, what's unique with this class is that you don't use one button to attack your enemies. You can use you have to attack either with control and move your character, and there's some little combos to do. It's not really hard once you get the hang of it, but it's quite fun. Then there's Evan, something like that. Well, basically you're a mage, like if you see in this picture, and you have a little dragon. The dragon is like your pet, but it's also your way of attacking. He doesn't die, you do, but well, you know, whenever you increase levels, he grows bigger and bigger, and at some point at first he starts cute and really tiny, and later on he's gonna go big and kind of scary and cool at the same time. Luminous is a mage, and basically he uses both dark and light skills, and he can, later on he can use both of these skills and mix them effectively, which makes him a great mover. Shade, I'm not sure. Last time when I played this game, I really don't know much about it. I think he's some kind of pirate because he uses knuckles, and basically he uses the spirits of animals from some kind of village to attack his enemies. Then there's Kaiser, which, as you can see, is a warrior, and he uses two-handed swords. And at some point you get the ability to become this guy, which is more powerful, but for a certain amount of time. And there's the counterpart, which is Angelic Buster. When you start at this class, you can only be a girl, so just a heads up. Basically, all she uses is this weapon, which shoots plasmids, little balls, something like that. And she uses a lot of pink stuff, pink colors and everything pink, because, well, you can see when you play her story. Then there's Hayato, which is a samurai class. He uses some sort of katana to slash pretty fast, and he's a warrior. Then there's Kiana. She's another mage, but she uses the power of the spirits to attack her enemies, along with her fox Haki. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Something happened. Anyway, this is, like I said, Kana. She uses her fox to attack enemies, and at some point he transforms into something which helps Kana even better than before. Also, I have noticed the sound from the video was too high, so I entered the game, lowered it, and yeah, so I don't really ruin your experience of Maplestory. Now this, it's a locked class, but when it was available, this is basically a magician, which is called Chase, a beast tamer, and she uses animals to attack. And you can use a bear, a tiger, a cat, or an eagle. But you get the animals depending on what level you are. At first you start with the bear and you end up with a cat. And they're all good in their own abilities. And then there's Zero, the last class that appeared in Maplestory. Well, not the last, not the most recent one, but you know, it's a lock class for the moment. Well, basically, this class is also unique because, unlike the other classes, you start automatically at level 100, and you start off with this guy, which is called Alpha. Well, let's just call it Zero. And then at some point he meets up with a girl, which also is Zero. And then they work together and fight their way. And for some reason you have to do the story in order to gain XP. So really, you don't want to start off with this character once it becomes available. I would recommend you to play one of the Explorers classes, or one of the easy classes, or medium time classes before doing Zero, because you're gonna either get really confused, or you might be too weak, or yeah, anything can happen. So as you can see, if I can try, this class is currently not available. Anyway, I'm just gonna go pick an Explorer class. Okay. Now I'm not sure what name I'm gonna pick. I'm just gonna pick Blaze Maple. Oh boy. Okay, this might take a while. I'll just cut this video here, and I'll continue when I have chosen a right. Oh well, that was fast. I just had to remove the maple part. Anyway, I'm gonna be female, guy. Now in here we can choose your default appearance, and yeah, you can choose wisely if you want, because it's gonna be the same appearance you're gonna keep the whole game, unless you buy Annex card, which is Nexon cards, but that costs real money to do it. And if you want to change your face, it's like 2.5k of Annex, which is $250. So you really shouldn't do that. So I'm gonna pick, I don't know, maybe this. Yeah, these eyes. Then there's a hairstyle. You can also choose a color, either brown, purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, and black. So I'm just gonna pick my hairs. I'm gonna stay with this one. I'm just gonna check the colors. I think I'll pick red. Then there's a skin color. Then I'm gonna pick light. And the outfit really doesn't matter, because you get other outfits which give you more defense and etc. I'm not sure why it's a cowboy, but it's their story. So I'm gonna pick this one here. The shoes, yellow, and the weapon. You get other better weapons really early in the game, so they all have the same damage either way. So it's basically just for appearances. So I'm gonna get the hand axe. And yeah, this is the basic. How do you want to play? With other games, or no, I'm just gonna pick the basic, and I'm really used to this one. And yeah, these things you're gonna know later on. And now I have to double click, and here I have to enter my pick. so I don't want you guys to enter in my character, so I'll just cut the video here and meet you guys in a few seconds. Okay, so my game kinda crashed, but now it should be okay. So yeah, this is the beginning of the Explorer class, and we're gonna do the story up until I get out of here. What is that light? Onward, home! And somehow we're on a maple tree for some reason. And so this is the first map we're gonna see. Also, if you guys want, I could use some voices so it's more alive, the game, because it's all text like this. So I could try right now, I guess. I'm on Maple Island? You sure are! We used to be some tiny island, but then explorers start popping out! Now we've even got our own outhouse! So your name is Ed Place, right? You have two options now. You can listen to some explanation about starting out, take a few small tests, get some free gifts, and become my new best friend in the entire world. Or you can be teleported straight to town, but you'll miss out on my gifts, and I'll be super lonely and sad. So basically, well, one part I can just skip it and get to the town. It's just for skipping story anyway. And the other part, well, yeah, like she says, we get free equipment. It's kind of nice, I guess. Really? I'll fill you in on everything you need to know. I promise. And we got XP, which is okay. Welcome to Maple Island, my new best friend. Someone's talking to me? This is the best day ever! Did you know us talking right now is actually a quest? And completed quests is the key to becoming a great hero? I learned that at hero school. Click on people with lightbulb icons over their head to start quests. You must be some sort of genius to have figured that out yourself. It took me 2 semesters to master that skill. Remember to click on people with this icon over their heads. That's how you turn in quests and get your reward. I've read all about it in textbooks, though it's a little advanced for me. Which basically, because she's an NPC, she doesn't really know this stuff. But since you are a player and you know that, and you live in an alternate dimension, it's really easy for you. Because it's like if you walk along the street and see a light bulb on the top of someone's head. I'm not sure about it, but I don't think I would talk or click that person. I'm not sure how anyway. Anyway, Later, when you're at a higher level, you can also click the light bulb icon on the left side of the screen to grab new quests. Just give me a few years and I'll reach that level myself. Which is okay. Since you've been so nice and let me talk for 5 whole minutes without running away, I want to give you a present. This next step is really tough. You have to click OK, and then the quest completion icon over my head to finish the quest. Don't worry if you don't get it on your first. And it cuts there. Holy ribbon pigs! You have amazing upper body strength! With talent like that, you owe it to the world to complete lots of quests. Just use the hotkey Q to see what quests are available. Some will be a cinch or might be tough, but all be appropriate for your level. Click the light bulb on my car while reading the muted quest. I guess. Let's now here's the gift I promised you. I hope it doesn't collapse when you use it, like the last few times. And we get a chair, which is nice. I made the relaxer myself with stickers of love. When you sit in chair, you recover health more quickly. It took me half a year to master the technique. It's all in the wrist. Now I want to tell you all about hunting. It's totally frightening, but most quests require it. I'll meet you where the monsters are. Just take the portal to the right and remember, feed first. Don't try to dive into the portal like I did the first few months. So basically, yeah, she's a real newbie to this stuff. And the chair I have is this. I'm gonna put it in a slot I don't care about, which is here. And yeah, this is my chair. So whenever I have lost HP or I don't want to use my potions or I just wanna do nothing for some time, I can, at any point in the game, I can just sit in my chair and regain HP. And there are some chairs which give you also MP, but those are kind of special chairs. Inside a small forest. Hunting and gathering. Goodness, you have such a graceful, beautiful walk. You could be a model. Anyway, let me tell you about hunting. Hunting is the act of eliminating monsters. The more monsters you eliminate, the stronger you'll be. Some even drop presents after you smash them. Really, presents? Try out by pressing Control to smack those junior sentinels to the right. Left. Right! Sorry, I get confused sometimes. Bring me one junior sentinel shell piece too. I've always wanted to see it one out, but I haven't quite figured out which end of my sword I'm supposed to hold. So basically, well, yeah, she really doesn't know, but she's the NPC to help you. So anyway, you're the strongest person I've ever met. Those monsters didn't stand a chance, did they? To get stronger, you want to fight monsters near your level, which means you have to hunt tougher monsters as you level up. By the way, let me know if you ever see any minus 10 level monsters for me to hunt. And if I recall, I think these monsters are like level 1 or level 3. So she must be really weak if she can't kill those monsters. How to stuff your face. If you ever find yourself in a pickle, you can use consumable items found in the use tab of your inventory. Just double click. Here, try it out by eating this apple. Just press I and then double click the apple. I'll even give you more apples after you finish chomping on that one. And yeah, just open your inventory with I and double click the apple. You ate it. And whenever you eat food, you regain HP in case you get hurt. Wow! I've never seen anyone eat with such an amazing technique! Maple World is full of stuff for you to munch on. Just remember to check the effects before you put anything in your mouth. You're so good at everything you do. Here, take this apple and this one, and here are for a few more for good measure. You know, you might want to drag these apples to the hotkey window to access them more easily. So basically what she told us is, since we have more apples, we can just pick this here and put it anywhere in our keyboard, which are basically above the arrows. And yeah, that's it. Supposedly, you get AP to improve your stats and SP to train your skills each time you gain a level, but this is stuff I only understand in theory, since I've never leveled up myself. Sigh. You can manually distribute your AP, or you can use the auto assign button to do it automatically. For your skills, press K to open your skill window where you can spend your SP. Go on, press K. I've always wanted to see it in action. That was so cool! You should hotkey your favorite skills. Just drag the skill icons from the skill. You'll be able to use your skills at the touch of a hotkey. Well, basically here it just says you can use your skills if you double click them here, but if you don't want to attack like that because it's really long, you can just put a recovery speed here, and I put it on the insert hotkey, and you saw the little pluses, basically, which if I get hit like some sort of amount of damage, I'll recover like 3 HP per second in a total of 30 seconds. So I would recover 24 HP when the 3 seconds have ended. This is Nimble Feet, which basically gives you more speed. I'm gonna put it in the home, and this is my stats. You can see here it's the speed percentage, and if I press the Nimble Feet, I'm 10% faster than before. But it's not permanent, it's only temporary. So I'm again on my 100% speed. And this is my attack, which since this is beginner, this is really the most basic skill. And use MP, which is the blue bar here. And you can use it to attack your enemies like so. And like any MMORPG, whenever you put more SP in your skills, they get better. And in the case of the snails, you get different color snail shell whenever you upgrade it, but it ends at level 3. And either way, when you get your class while you job, you are much stronger than when you were a beginner. You will get all sorts of skills as you level up. Offensive skills, stat boosting skill, movement skills. I've memorized the entire list. If I could learn even one skill, I would die happy. Part of the challenge is figuring out which skills to level up first, but I'm sure a genius like you will have no problem with that. And I'm sure you also remember the hotkey your favorite consumables, items, and skills without needing to write it on your hand. I think I've shared with you just about everything I learned from 8 years of hero school. 8 years. I don't really want to know how these NPCs live their lives, but anyway, I just have one last little surprise, and I have to continue. So the tutorial was, since this island, okay, I can do it here. This is Maple Island, and this is basically the tutorial part of the explorers. Once we get out the island, the tutorial will basically end, and then there's just the beginning of your adventure. Okay, so jump, jump, jump! You've been so nice chatting with me when you're obviously destined to be some sort of mega hero that I felt obligated to give you a present. It'll take everything you've got to successfully retrieve it though. I put a box way up high, like in here. Destroy with attacks to get the first Explorer gift box and return to me, okay? For a little extra boost, try jumping from a spring. Use ladders and just... So this is what I mean by enemy. These are just level 1. And every enemy, like any game, they drop money and sometimes items. And depending on the enemy, they can give you cool stuff. Like if you kill an orange mushroom, if you're lucky, you can get a blue bandana, which makes your character look cool, but it gives you gives you more defense too. But it doesn't give you more stats like some items can do. Watching you in action is like watching poetry in motion. I swear, meeting you has changed my life for the better. Here! Sniff, sniff, let me unlock that box for you. Go on, open it up. It's the least I can do. And we open it up, double click, and we get potions, which are nice. This is for beginners, so you can use it up. And these are some clothes you can get, which are nicer than this cowboy one. And yeah, I didn't really need the old clothes because they don't give you more defense, and these ones look much cooler. Do you like the equipment I picked out? Try it on, it's stylish and it boosts your stats. Double click from the gear and the channel, just exactly what I just did. Hopefully this equipment will help you remember me. Promise me you'll wear it forever? Oh, the funny thing is we're gonna totally ditch this stuff when we get our first set of equipment. The town chief. I guess that's that. You're a true explorer now. I'm really going to miss you. You are my first true friend. It's time for you to expand your horizons. Maybe someday I'll advance past Maple Island too. In the meantime, find Lucas in Amherst. Chief Lucas will be waiting for you in Amherst, just over to the right. So we're gonna end my part. We just finished it. I can use more skills. Like I told you before, if you use the skills for snails, before they are green and now they're blue. And since they're blue, they give they do more damage. And just now, I just recovered some items, which this is from Thief class, but it's for level 10 and it's for girls. So if I was a girl and a thief, I would, and on the level 10, I would be able to use this. And this is for pirates, but for level 10 too. So yeah, basically, you can't just wear any item in the world. Like any other MMORPG, you need some kind of level to get it. Before you needed stats, but next I removed that to make the game even more easier. Anyway, I'm gonna end my Mia, whatever her name was, just the my part here. So see you next time, and I'm gonna probably get out of Maple Island. So thanks for watching, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you next time, which is probably soon. Thanks for watching my playthrough on Maplestory. Like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps me out a lot.